Oh, this is going to be a fun one tonight, you all. I told y'all I'm trying to go live at least twice a week. So here we are back with another episode of the 60 Chill. And tonight I got my man Big Cloud Gaming with me. And I had to bring Big Cloud in tonight because, bruh, what happened yesterday morning was nothing short of just tectonic, cataclysmic biblicality in the gaming space. Microsoft putting down a whopping $68 billion to acquire Activision Blizzard. Oh my God, so much to talk about. So where do I begin with this? So there's a lot of, I think I talked about this on Twitch with Zach yesterday, but I'll break it down for y'all here that were not there with us on Twitch last night. There is a lot of naivete around this acquisition online. Listen, y'all, this is what is going on. As most of you all are aware, Microsoft has a service out there called Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass allows you to play your Xbox games from multiple devices that are not even an Xbox. So Xbox, obviously with the consoles, but if go beyond Xbox, we're talking about iPhones, Android, PCs, wherever you can game with Xbox Game Pass. Microsoft's goal here is to build the Xbox Game Pass library so they can entice more gamers to come experience the Xbox ecosystem. Right now, Microsoft is directly up against Sony, and actually, in actuality, Sony's not even their competitor anymore. Microsoft pretty much just dunked on them, but I'll get to that a little bit later. But Microsoft is trying to capture the Sony market share, and they're doing that by acquiring these different studios and adding these studios' IP to the Xbox Game Pass library, so they can entice PlayStation people to come over and sign up for Game Pass, because the PlayStation people will no longer have these options on PlayStation. A lot of y'all keep thinking that some of these games are going to be remain exclusive on PlayStation or remain on PlayStation. No, they're not. Let me tell y'all something. Call of Duty, the biggest game in this whole acquisition yesterday, it will not remain on PlayStation. It will be a memory on PlayStation by 2024, okay? Now, I know Call of Duty has Warzone, and some people were saying that Warzone, that games and service thing that have going on Warzone, that might stay multiplayer, and maybe so. But the actual Call of Duty game that we all come to know and love,
the core franchise,
it is not going to be multi-platform after 2023. It is going to be exclusive on Xbox, because Microsoft, again, is trying to get people to come play or come experience gaming in the Xbox ecosystem. It is not about a console war for Microsoft. Microsoft has changed the entire landscape of the battle. They are not trying to sell Xboxes. They're trying to up their Xbox Game Pass subscriber base. And the way that you do that is by offering compelling exclusive content that you can't get outside of the Xbox ecosystem. Big Cloud, can you please explain this to people? Because people have a hard time grasping this.
So, we were winding back because remember we used to mock the Game Pass. We used to have fun mock. It was like, dude, every time everywhere you go, you just hear Game Pass. I'm like, can we just talk about some damn games? And over the course of this, our entire tones have changed, our mindset, because it's been twisted, because it's like so much stuff has happened behind the scenes that's changed the core landscape of it, where it's like, oh, I never thought about it like this type of thing. And you know, it's funny, you mentioned mobile and Call of Duty. Didn't Call of Duty come out with a mobile game that was very popular as well?
It did.
And again, now you're starting to see bits and pieces of this really making sense of the investment. $68 billion. I know a lot of people might be going, there's no way they're going to put $68 billion to any studio and not release those games on there. So let me explain a little bit about this. So this is just like the Bethesda deal, only it's 10 times bigger, right? Activision has a lot of contracts to a lot of platforms that have already been made before this acquisition actually happened. So you're going to see Call of Duty, like Viper said, 2024, I do see this kind of dropping off for PS5, because the deal is going to be financed in a year. But most of the contracts that have been made probably are up to like 2024 for a lot of these games on PlayStation 5. And those games will drop on there. And then after that, that's where the flat line stops. And you know what's funny? By the time that happens, they probably would have made up a good chunk of what they paid on the investment, because they will own it by next year. They're going to make all their investment money back off of that alone. And the crazy thing about it, too, now games like Warzone, I do see Warzone still getting supported. That will happen on there, obviously. But as far as the core franchise, like them going all out, bringing it back to it, I'm excited about it going back to its roots. Call of Duty hasn't been the same to me since Modern Warfare 2 or 3. You know what I mean? That's where the love was there. It was like, it was like an event. I expect under Microsoft's tutelage and direction, especially with Bobby Kotick leaving, This is a big step in the right direction to get them back on top of what they need to be. I'm not saying they're going to drop the greatest Call of Duty games of all time. No, but they're going to be a lot better, especially after what we saw with Halo Infinite. I expect these games to be a hell of a lot better than what we've been given. I expect more creativity in the studio. I expect more freedom within these studios. I expect these games to have a little bit more, I don't know, heart put into them this time around versus what we had before. Because let's face it, a lot of the games from Activision, they all feel the same. You know what I mean? It's like a cheap cash grabs. What we call them, cash grabs. I don't expect a cash grab out of these games in the future after 2024. I expect some good things.
So let me throw this at you. So when this news came out yesterday, and I told people that Call of Duty will no longer be exclusive on PlayStation, people were like, well, Viper, couldn't they leave it on the PlayStation side and then have Sony pay them licensing fees? And I'm like, no, why would they do that? Can you please explain to the people why Microsoft would not do that?
So the only way, now, here's the funny thing. Microsoft would do that if a certain thing happens. And this is where it's a big leverage. I made this a point in my video on my channel. Microsoft has the biggest leverage they have ever had of all time. Now, I don't know if you remember, but remember that how we mocked Phil Spencer when Phil Spencer didn't rule out the possibility of Game Pass going to PlayStation? He has the biggest leverage that he's ever had in his hands right now with Call of Duty. Pretty much the main games that sell these consoles, it's not the exclusives. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. It's not the exclusives. It's not the first-party games. It is the third-party games. It is Madden. It is NBA, and it is Call of Duty. You took one of the main three. That game by itself is the one game you don't want to tell your kids who want this system that is not available on this box. So if they really want to play that game, Microsoft's going to flat out tell you, Phil's going to basically tell you, man, if you want Call of Duty, I want Game Pass on PlayStation. If Sony says yes,
I agree.
Yeah, if Sony says yes, you'll get your Call of Duty. If not, I don't see them doing it. But as far as them playing overall licensing fee to avoid that, no, I doubt it. If anything, they'll get royalties off of just the games that are going to get dropping to 2024. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then after that last Call of Duty drops, they'll pretty much make a bulk of what they already paid off of the studio off. You know what I mean? Like back. And then they'll go to back to what they did before. So yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, Microsoft is not worried about Sony paying them license fee. Microsoft wants Sony's customer base, okay? That's worth more than any license fee that Sony could pay them. So taking that option away from PlayStation and adding it to the Xbox library is much more important to Microsoft than Sony paying any type of licensing fee. So that's not going to happen unless, like Big Cloud said, Sony introduces Game Pass for play on PlayStation, or they allow Game Pass on PlayStation. Then that's a different ballgame.
And that's a different ballgame. And here's the funny thing. A lot of people were bringing up Game Pass like competitor from PlayStation. Yeah. Even if Sony came out with their own version of Game Pass, which would be great because, you can save money for a change. Even if they came out with their own version of Game Pass, I don't think they can match what Microsoft's.
Let me ask you about that. Let me ask you about that.
Yeah.
If Sony came out with their own Game Pass competitor, I feel like the only way that they could legitimately compete with Microsoft Xbox Game Pass is if Sony were to offer their own first-party games on the server day and date like Microsoft can. I don't think Sony's willing to do that because they make so much money charging full price. Do you think that's something that they will be willing to do, Ryan?
Day and date on us, personally, I think they probably would want to do it. I'd be surprised if day and date PC doesn't happen by the end of this generation, just by the way how fast, have things have gone. Like, look at the jump to PC. Have you ever seen Sony this damn generous with PC? I've never seen it like this. And personally, when you look at VR as well, VR, and you think about the new VR headset with the new specifications, I don't think they beefed this thing up strictly for PS5. They beefed this up for PC in mind as well. This thing's going to be a center point for PC. So they are really gearing up for a lot of stuff. But as far as like them doing day and date in a service, it would have to be something similar like that, because the last thing Sony wants to be, right, is the only company charging you $70, and you have your competitor dropping games like Doom. I want y'all to count them with me right now. Games like Doom, games like golly, there's so many damn games. Elder Scrolls, Call of Duty. You got your damn StarCraft. You got your Starfield. You got your damn Halos, you got your Gears of Wars, all these games dropping day and day in the service, day one for a little fee, even though I do expect that fee to go up, especially. Right. I do expect that fee to go up. That's not going to, all right, people better be prepared for that, because that price is going up, regardless if you really like it or not. That's going to go up. But by the time they do that price increase, though, they're gonna have so much there. It's gonna be like people ain't even gonna really care. It's like it's gonna be basics. But I do think that's more like it's gonna happen though.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you that the price for Game Pass subscriptions will go up. That's happening. I mean, they're spending way too much money to keep it where it is now. But
watch Spider-Man too. Also, I want y'all to look how they treat Spider-Man when they come out with Spider-Man 2. I want you to really see how Spider-Man 2 gets treated in terms of like how they go about it. Because I'm expecting Spider-Man the remaster and Miles Morales to go to PC by the time they drop Spider-Man 2. And I really do expect some other stuff to happen on here, but it's I see what they're doing. They tried their best, man.
So here's the other thing that's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will argue that for the past console generation, Sony has to have much more better exclusive content than Microsoft. Yeah. Microsoft has been getting their ass whipped on the exclusive front for a long time.
That's not even a
long time.
Yeah, that's not even.
So instead of Microsoft, for whatever reason, Microsoft Studio just couldn't pump out quality exclusives to match Sony. So instead of trying to match them on the exclusive front, Microsoft said we're going to make a service that will completely change the entire battlefield here. So we're no longer trying to sell console based on exclusive content, different things like that. We're going to fundamentally change the way that people consume video games, and we're going to buy all the studios that we can buy to booster our exclusive offering. So by changing the entire battlefield for how this battle is being fought now in gaming with Game Pass, Sony's exclusive advantage is moot. It doesn't matter anymore because Game Pass is so stacked, and Sony can't compete because they have nothing to match Game Pass. And unless they figure it out, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a sore topic for a lot of people. Like they don't want to hear that Sony's got like competition or trouble. I mean, really, it's
trouble is
really,
an understatement, bro.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Once that deal is done and they say the following words, Call of Duty is no longer available on PS5. That's where you're gonna hear a shot. Because you might say it's a dead body on the floor at that point. Because like, bro, that's like your biggest life support to a lot of your fan base.
I mean, Sony had a marketing deal for Call of Duty for the past
few years. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. The marketing deal that Microsoft kind of started, right, with the whole DLC stuff, and then Sony took it from them and the PS4 gen, only for it ultimately, and obviously they had it for the PS5 gen, ultimately for it to just be bought away from them entirely because the whole company just got pulled underneath them. That is a big deal in general.
Big Cloud. You know what really makes me cackle a little bit? People who feel like Sony's not in trouble. You should have known that Sony was in trouble when MLB The Show came out on Game Pass day one.
Yeah,
for Xbox, and PlayStation owners had to pay the full price. That's how you knew Sony was in trouble right there. Their own exclusive for like 10 years plus,
bro,
came out on Xbox Game Pass day one.
You know what kills me too? When dudes act like they weren't offended by the fact that you had to pay $70 and these dudes were getting it for free. That was what killed me. They're like, well, we pay for our games. We don't do. I'm like, who is coming up with these stupid ass fucking comments? So one side's getting it free. You talking about paying $70 and the game could be ass. What is going on here? And then they talk about, I'm not missing out anything. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you why I'm not missing out anything, because we got all these games. Okay, we're not talking about the future. We're talking about now. Right now, we're not getting this shit for free. You're paying $70. And the funny thing is, Sony was quiet. I know Sony was thinking about it because I interviewed a developer. Remember, that was the right time I interviewed that developer from Housemark. And notice how Sony started being weird with the tweets afterwards. I was sitting going, I know you were listening. I know you heard my take. I know you heard my take on what I had to say about it. Right. So it's like, I love Sony. I do. I'm always going to be a supporter. But at the same time, it's like there are times like this where you need to go back to savage Sony. I'm talking about this is how you share games on PS4. It's Sony. You know what I mean? I need you to be petty at this point. I need you to bring back the OGs. And you know what's funny? It makes sense why they keep showing off Resistance and SOCOM. And tweets about these games, because they know damn well once that Call of Duty deal is up, they ain't got no multiplayer game that's going to be a consistent thing on that platform, and they need a game that has multiplayer. Why do you think Factions is taking forever to do it? They're like, oh, you don't worry, take your time, don't push it yet. Well, we're gonna get that out there. I'm telling you, they know they are in some deep shit for the long term haul, and they're hoping, they're like trying to catch lightning in a bottle type of thing. It doesn't matter what they come out with, personally. no online game that they can come out with is going to touch the legacy of Call of Duty. That's really what they're going against, a legacy. You know what I mean? New IP struggle as it is to get people's attention and eye to pay that money, especially with games being $70, right? It takes a minute. Like, look at Returnal. Return didn't sell ridiculously well. Did okay, but it didn't sell ridiculously well. So they're at that point with these games and with these way these studios act. And it's like they have a lot of work to do. Have a lot of work to do.
Let's tackle the other elephant in the room that a lot of people are talking about here. How Microsoft is, if this deal completes, Microsoft will become a gaming monopoly. No. Go ahead.
Don't get me wrong. They bought the third most powerful third-party developer in the world. Absolutely. I have nobody's denying that, right? But in order for them to be a monopoly, they would have to buy multiple more studios. I'm not just talking about Call of Duty, even though there's already a clause out there that they can't become a monopoly. But here's them becoming a monopoly. So there was a tweet a couple of days ago, I think it was the other day, where they were showing off the revenue, like, or how much these companies are worth. They were showing like Square Enix for like 8 billion, Ubisoft 6 billion. They were showing all these studios, and I'm sitting going, damn, all these studios that were just listed in terms of like the super high, well-known ones, guys, they're not even a fraction, or they're a small fraction of the 60 billion or almost 70 billion that they spent on Activision. So they really wanted to have a monopoly. Phil could have just dropped a check and bought every single one down that list and say, hey, guys, Xbox is now the new third-party distributor of all these studios games. That's becoming a monopoly. This is not becoming a monopoly. This is them trying to go for the throat. They are becoming throat. Yeah, like these dudes, you don't understand. Like picture Sony is a wounded individual going into the hospital, right? And they go into the hospital. Microsoft basically bought the damn hospital and said, "You're rejected. Get the hell out of here." That's basically what they did. That's basically what they did with buying this deal. So that's basically what they were they got across there. And with this movement alone, this should just solidify in people's mind, because people keep talking about how much money Sony makes a year. I'm sitting going, it don't really matter in the real world. Sony relies on that because that's all they got. That's their bread and butter.
Literally.
Microsoft has literally ridiculous amounts of money on the back burner. They can just blow through and won't even miss the shit because they can make it back up in a year. It's two different ball games. You don't want to have an argument where it's like, oh, Sony can outspend Microsoft. No, the fuck they cannot.
Who was arguing that?
Like dudes were acting like they can outspend Microsoft. Yeah, because dudes, bro, let me find that tweet. I swear to God, when you look at the investment this dude is trying to tell Sony to make, you're gonna laugh your ass off. Hold on, where the hell is that tweet? I'm about to have me some fun. All right,
just so there's no confusion, you realize that Microsoft is a $1 trillion company and Sony's nowhere even close, right?
No, they're not even close to $1 trillion.
Buy Sony. They can buy Sony today, people. What are we talking about?
What the hell is that tweet? You're about to
you mean they go outspend Sony? Get Sony go out Microsoft.
Dude, here it is. I found it. God. Here it is. Look at this. Look in your chat. Look in your chat here.
Share the screen. You can share the screen.
I was gonna put it in the chat right here. You can put it on the big screen.
Okay. Let's see where we are here.
There you go. It's right down the right.
Let me go here real quick.
Look at the studios this dude listed, and he's over here tweeting these Sony executives to buy.
Let me share it real quick.
look at the tweets. Look at the studios he's listing. He's like, yo, Sony, buy them. So buy Rockstar, buy Epic Games, buy From Software. Probably deal with.
So what we got here? So wait to go. Okay, so buy Rockstar and Epic Games, and also From Software, probably part of the deal. Buy Epic Games. What's that gonna do? That would
sell your company to Sony ASAP. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, bro, stop. It's a different ball game.
Bro, Sony ain't got that cash to front up like that,
bro. Ain't got that fucking cash.
That type of money, bro. Microsoft got house money. Sony got monopoly money. What are we talking about here?
Dude, but what about Insomniac? Insomniac got bought for the low cheap of like $250 million. And mind you, majority of the stuff in Insomniac, Sony already owned. So that was kind of like, you know what I mean? That was like a match made in heaven type of scenario thing they had going on.
What are we talking about here? Why?
Bro, dudes were really reaching. He was like, oh, bro, they got to go buy these dudes. I'm like, dog, if Sony could, they would. Sony can't.
They can't.
So therefore, Sony has to invest in their own and get back to basics and push it. But here's the thing. What are they going to do? That's the question.
That's the question. So let's talk about that. What can Sony do? Obviously, my suggestion is to come out with a Game Pass like competitor, but as we discussed earlier, Sony would have to get comfortable with the idea that their first party games will have to go on that service and be available on day one, like Microsoft does. Because it doesn't make sense to have a Game Pass competitor if you're not going to put your own IP on the service and make it available day one like Microsoft. You're not going to compete with them putting old games on that service. That's just not going to work.
You know what kills me? When dudes say they're done with play. I think I had this conversation with you. They're like, oh, I'm done with PlayStation. They do this PC route. Viper, did they leave PlayStation or are they still with PlayStation?
I'm pretty sure
even with today's announcement and everything that's happened over the past year, they're still with PlayStation. This is shit that cracks me up. It's like, bro, y'all say y'all done, but y'all still the fuck here. What the fuck are we doing?
I think we both know a lot of time people talk. They be talking. They don't be done.
They just cap too goddamn much. Oh, I'm not supporting the studio. The game gets shown on day one. Yo, Xbox has got nothing on this. I'm sitting there going, that ain't last long, did it? You fucking idiot. That ain't last long. And then we go back to the games. Bro, there's so much stuff. Just to look at the landscape of this. Like, this just exposed how bad people are lost in this console war. Like, if you really think Sony dropping games or saying they made $22 billion a year, and Microsoft made $18 billion a year for a game division is something to really brag about. Like Microsoft is behind. Microsoft is a $2 trillion fucking company. They can buy any studio they want. Literally write a check and make results if they needed to. Call of Duty being on this deal is just a testament. That right there should be the ultimate scare tactic for anybody who doubts what Microsoft can do in here. Now, as far as it being a monopoly, there are rules in this marketplace. Okay, there's a clause in this marketplace that they can't go past. So this was probably going to be the last acquisition. And if it is going to be another one, it's probably going to be a small one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it won't be the last acquisition. It'll just be the last major acquisition.
Major one. I meant to say, that's my proper rating. But
so, let's go to the other spectrum, the other part of this. A lot of people on the internet are thinking with their emotions and not with their actual damn brains.
Yeah.
This is business 101. Business does not involve does not involve emotion, and you don't get emotion involved in business. People are talking about, how Microsoft going to take Call of Duty away from the PlayStation fans? That will alienate the PlayStation fans. Microsoft ain't worried about alienating PlayStation fans. Microsoft doesn't care about that. Microsoft is trying to fortify the Xbox Game Pass portfolio so they get convinced the PlayStation people to come to the Xbox ecosystem. It is literal business 101. Stop getting all emotional about this stuff. It has nothing to do with emotion.
Yeah, like dudes are putting, I think the word is brand loyalty. They're putting brand loyalty above everything. Like, you remember that day when I went off on PlayStation? And you would think that would kill any chance I had with talking to a PlayStation executive or anybody, right? But remember I went off when they lied about Spider-Man being exclusive to PS5, but it was cross-gen this whole time. They kept that detail from us. I went off. I'm saying, bro, it's the same thing. Like, dudes getting in my neck. They're like, oh, how you gonna come at Sony? It's not, you don't know business. I'm saying, I don't know business, but here you are bitching about this fucking $70 billion fucking investment from Microsoft. Yeah, I don't know business. This is where I laugh. Like, dudes are so stupid when it comes to this. Like, oh, Sony can't do this. It hurts the core value. Listen, Viper's older than me. He'll tell you, money talks, bullshit walks. That's how it is. That's just how the world works. And Viper's, he's sponsored by Apple, if I remember saying, right? He's a big supporter of Apple. I said this to him earlier. He couldn't deny this. He just showed off the new Apple AirPods, right? It's like new AirPods from Apple.
The Beats Fit Pro.
The Beats Pro. If you were to say in that video that was like the worst worst product you ever experienced, and you just went all out, right? And you said you guys should not support it. Do you think this company is going to give a damn thing about what you have to say especially when they're reporting a 20% increase year on year?
No, Apple doesn't know who I am. They don't care about what I'm saying or not, or they may care, but I won't ever know about it.
It's all about the money. The money talks by itself. Sony is a money printing machine. That's how the legacy is. Microsoft, they were new to the party. They came and made a name with the 360. They screwed it up with the Xbox One, but here they are. They're letting that money talk, and they're doing things better for the Xbox Series now. But of course, they're going in different directions. And you know what's crazy about it? It started off as a meme. It felt like, right? These memes slowly turn into a lot of people's worst nightmares in terms of what they really are doing. And I'm sitting there going, it didn't take long now, did it? It damn sure didn't take long for all this stuff.
Yeah, this whole narrative about alienating the PlayStation customer by taking their game away, Microsoft don't worry about that. Microsoft don't care about that. They are trying to bring those customers over. I mean, if you want to say Microsoft is forcing them over, then you can say that. But at the end of the day, Microsoft is trying to convince the PlayStation customer to come into the Xbox ecosystem by offering them something that Sony can no longer offer them. I mean, that's literally literal business 101. That's how it works.
And you know what's crazy too? Like Sony's not. This is where, as much as like people might say this is as a blessing, I just call it a gift and a curse. Sony is not the most vocal when it comes to Twitter and social media. You know what I mean? They don't say much to the audience. No, Microsoft is more vocal. They're always there with the audience. They always tell you what's up, to get your heads up. Sony's just to themselves and they're running and they're stuck in their own ways. I get it. It works. It keeps, people intrigued. It's mysterious. But the thing is, when you have investments like this going on and damn well you haven't really dropped anything crazy big for the PS5 yet, Horizon Forbidden West is going to be good, right? But you have to think of the long-term impact of Horizon Forbidden West. Is Horizon Forbidden West going to be that game that's going to be played hours and hours on in like a Call of Duty? See what I'm saying? Like these multiplayer games. And the thing is, Sony doesn't have that luxury. A lot of people play these games. They'll probably beat them once and move on. That is the template. Even a lot of PlayStation dudes who cap, not like they're still playing it. These dudes ain't playing Demon's Souls. These dudes ain't playing Spider-Man. You already played Spider-Man. You beat Spider-Man. As someone who's a PlayStation guy, I'll tell you right to your face, I played Spider-Man, platinumed it. I'm not playing it anymore. It's in this disc right here. It's on the side of me right here, but I'm not playing it anymore. There's a lot of games that I've beaten and moved on, and I don't touch. Microsoft games, I can't tell you how many times I played Halo Infinite on nonstop with the guys on Fridays. There needs to be a change happening here.
Xbox Game Pass is changing the way we consume video games. We are not going back to the old model. The old model is dead, okay? The days of paying full price for new games are over. And the sooner Sony realizes that, the better. Microsoft kind of forced the change in the industry, but we are full speed ahead. I mean, Xbox Game Pass is here. It is the juggernaut that can't be ignored anymore. It's the elephant in the room. It is here. Now Sony has to deal with it. There's no more running from Xbox Game Pass. Now you have to confront it head on, because if you don't confront it head on, it is going to literally walk all over you and leave you in the past. Sony, if they don't hurry up and do something about this, they will become the next BlackBerry. The PlayStation brand will not be what you know it today if they don't make some adjustments about this, because this is the future. Actually, not even the future. The future is now, okay? Me and Ryan were having a conversation last year about paying $70 per person getting games on Game Pass. Last year, we were having a conversation. So if we were having a conversation already last year, it's only getting worse for Sony.
It's going to get worse, especially with 7. Like, look at the way PC gamers responded to damn, what's that game? Forspoken being $70 on PC. You really think Sony's going to drop, when they eventually drop these games on PC, you really think Sony's going to sell them at $70? This is why I really want you to really look at yourself and look at your wallet and look at what's going on here. Sony has not dropped a single PlayStation exclusive on PC at $70. Why the fuck are you paying $70? That's a good question, right? Why are you paying $70? I'll tell you why you're paying $70, because they know they got you and they know that you're willing to pay. You're willing and able. Microsoft's offering an option, and a lot of people are not paying attention to how the audience is reacting to that option. Even if it's $10 a month, Viper, that beats the hell out of me dropping $70 on one experience now, doesn't it?
I pay for Game Pass Ultimate, which I think is about $15, $16 a month. So I think it works out to be about $180 a year. So that's 3 games. For the price of 3 games, I get access to hundreds all year long.
And that list is about to get a hell of a lot bigger. Microsoft now has 38 studios.
Wow.
Like, Microsoft now have 38 studios.
38, damn.
38 goddamn studios. That's more than PlayStation. With this acquisition, they beat PlayStation. They got more studios than PlayStation. Do y'all not see the gravity of this? People need to wake the hell up. Seriously. It's not about no constant war. It ain't about being loyal. It ain't none of that shit. It's about being honest with yourself. Who is really screwing you over in the long run here? What are you getting for $70? And this is why I said that. Remember that video I dropped, Viper? And dude was looking at me shady when I said, when you increase the price of anything, whether it be a phone, whether it be a game, a car, what happens, Viper? That magnifying glass gets bigger and people look at it differently now, don't they? They start looking, what exactly am I paying extra for?
Seriously.
It's the same damn thing here. Microsoft's offering you more for significantly less. And that price will go up, but guess what? It ain't going to be $70.
Not at all.
You probably pay like the max I can see you paying for Game Pass down the road is probably like $25-$30, give or take. I can see it going up that much. Yeah. Absolutely. For the ultimate plan, I can definitely see that going to that, but that's about it. I don't see nothing else.
Yeah, Microsoft's they're not gonna price themselves out of this. I mean, they know what they're doing.
So it just, dudes are really reaching. But what can you do?
Telling y'all, the future is now. Microsoft has accelerated. Actually, I don't even know if I can say Microsoft accelerated the future. The pandemic has kind of accelerated the future, but Microsoft is ushering it in, man. And Game Pass is here.
The pandemic is like the best thing to happen to Microsoft. With everybody being home and everybody not being able to get their hands on stuff and stuff being a high price. This is probably the best damn thing that ever happened to them, because they literally just offered a cheap solution for you to experience games wherever you are. And also, did I mention they're not streamed?
No,
they're downloaded. You can play these games. You can download them and play them like you would when you buy a game at $70 on PlayStation. Has Sony have a system in play for that? No, you can't download PS3, 2, 1 games. You can't download those games. You have to stream them.
I think you can download some of them now. I think they made a little adjustment.
But not all.
Not all.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's the issue. You can't download all of them. And
again, but here's the beautiful thing about Xbox Game Pass. Again, like Ryan alluded to, we are not talking about a console war no more. No. Xbox Game Pass is available on multiple platforms and devices: Xbox, iPhone, iPad, Android, PC. And like I said, I think I said on Twitch yesterday, at some point, these new smart TVs are probably going to come with an Xbox Game Pass application built in.
Oh, yeah. I can see it. Hell yeah. Or software updates to include them in the later generation, because all it is just a launcher. Hey, you played the games. I wouldn't be surprised if Game Pass be like those little Fire Stick things that go on your TV.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised they have them on there, and they sell those to become the new thing too, to get you into the whole thing. If you don't want to buy a console, if you're not really a gamer, but you just want something simple to plug in, they can do something like that. I mean, bro, there's a lot of stuff they can do for them. And now they got the biggest seller, easily the biggest seller to help them. And I'm not talking about Doom. Doom is icing on the cake. Halo is icing on the cake for them. You know what I'm saying? Gears of War is icing on the cake for them. Forza is icing on the cake for them. They can literally just ride off the name Call of Duty by itself, and Game Pass will be hella fine where it is.
So, Janosin, to answer your question about how long you have access to a game, there's no set limit for how long a game is on the service, but usually they're on there for a long time. If you're talking about an important title, like let's say John Madden, Madden football or whatever, usually that title is going to be on there for a year until the new one comes on, and then the new one will replace the old one on Game Pass or whatever. So, but here's the other thing is that anything that's a Microsoft first-party game, it practically lives on the service indefinitely.
Yeah. First-party games will always be on the service. So Call of Duty will be there permanently. All the damn all the Gears of Wars, your Halos, all that stuff will be there. It's just the stuff that will fluctuate in and out will be third-party based, depending on whether or not they want to renew contracts and put the games in there. But again, by the time it really gets to the vision that they want, I think they're not going to have that much of a problem with people renewing it, because again, it's going to be at that point where it's like, well, damn, 50 million people, they'll test it. And some people will probably let their games live in Game Pass at that point, because again, that access to 50 million, like Forza hit new numbers. It was at 15 million players. It never hit that numbers, if I remember correctly. That's a new record for him. It was like, and mind you, how many subscribers are there now? 25 million?
Microsoft is literally now the Netflix of video gaming, basically.
Bro, yeah. They know what they know exactly what they're doing. And I guarantee you, even though they don't report numbers, they're really going to start reporting engagement when that Call of Duty moniker is officially. It's going to be like, hey, Call of Duty was the biggest streamed, or not big stream, but biggest downloaded game on the store. It was the most accessed game on the store. Everybody was on there. And mind you, imagine if they had if they bought Epic and they have Fortnite. I doubt they'll do that, but imagine if that was Epic. So it's like, I don't think, again, we're done with major acquisitions, but it's crazy when we go back to how we got here and the rumor went around that Microsoft was looking for another major acquisition. If anybody would have said, Activision, I'd have been like, slap yourself. There's no way they're going to buy Activision.
Here's the other thing about the whole. Here's the other thing about the whole Microsoft should keep Call of Duty on PlayStation option, this, that, and the other. If Microsoft wanted to do that and just have Call of Duty on Game Pass and still have Call of Duty being accessed by PlayStation owners, they could have just made a deal with Activision to bring Call of Duty to Game Pass and pay probably a lot less money than what they paid to buy the whole damn thing outright.
Exactly. They could have bought like a crazy or bought shares and have control in that aspect, something like that. You know what I mean? But no, the thing is, personally, I know I piss people off when I said this, but again, it's a blessing and it's a curse. They saved Activision by buying them.
They did. They really did.
Activision, let's face it, nobody was looking at Activision the same after the allegations of cameras being in the females' bathrooms, employees being sexually assaulted, and racism. It's like, bro, no, they saved this company. They about to gut this company. They're about to remove all these shady people. Bobby Kotick already got his notice. He knows.
Gone.
Yeah, he's gone after the deal was finalized.
I don't know why that report came out that he's gonna stay on after. No, he's not. He's gone.
They don't know. They don't know that. Yeah, some of these sites don't know the full details. But no, he's
gone.
He's done. He's
gone.
He's not going to report
again. Like I said on Twitch last night. You do not pay $68 billion to put yourself in a direct PR shitstorm. You don't do that.
No. You gut what needs to be gone. They gave that man his 2 weeks notice. They were talking about how much money the dude made. Nobody gives a shit. He'll make $300 million. Cool. He get the fuck out.
Get out. Yep.
He get the fuck out of here. No, nobody cares. He can get the hell out of here. Nobody cares. Yeah, hey, good luck to you. Are we going to see you at another studio? Nobody gives a fuck. Go fuck yourself. He's a piece of shit. He killed Activision by itself with his direction and the way these games were going. He killed Activision. Nobody wants that fucker anywhere near in the industry. I could care less where he goes. But as far as that game or that studio is concerned, I'm happy because there is a lot of shit there that can either be resurrected for one, redone to be better, like Call of Duty, right? Or we can get a lot more happening in the mix. And you know what's funny too, and it's kind of crazy. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon came back with the PS4. You remember that? Like there was like a big movement, so to speak, to bring back OGs. Yeah. Activision owned those games. Now Microsoft owns those games.
Yep.
Because they own Vicarious Visions.
Yep.
Part of this deal. So they own them. So much more to your mascot, Sony.
Jeff, Nintendo is its own thing, man. Nintendo ain't worried about nobody, bro. Nintendo have Mario and Zelda, and they can just live on forever, bro. No,
here's the thing about Nintendo. Nintendo, we grew up. Like all of us played Nintendo when we were younger.
Yeah,
exactly. We grew up. Nintendo refused to grow up with us. So they refused to grow up with us. We moved on. And the thing about Nintendo, the Switch is already an afterthought to a lot of people. It's called the Steam Deck. I really think you should look that up. Look up the Steam Deck. That thing has a lot of people talking about it.
Ryan, the Steam Deck ain't messing with the Nintendo Switch. Stop it, bro. Just stop.
I'm talking about specifications.
Oh, specifications. Yeah. No, it's not even gonna be close.
No. That's a different ballgame. No, we're not talking about sales.
Yeah, but
Nintendo can sell you cardboard and sell you.
Exactly. Nintendo's fine, okay? No acquisition Microsoft is messing with Nintendo, okay? Nintendo can be fine forever and ever, amen, okay?
And that's crazy. People might be going, well, how come Nintendo can do this and Sony can't do when it comes
Nintendo.
To... Well, number one, like you just said, they're Nintendo. Number two, Nintendo fans actually, and I might anger some people, but I said this before, Nintendo fans support the shit out of what Nintendo drops. Mario by itself sells damn near 30 million goddamn copies each installment. I want y'all to let that sink in. 30 million copies by itself. Name one game that touches 30 million from PlayStation or Xbox. None. None. So they have that type of support system. When you have that type of support system where you can drop cardboard, for God's sakes, and they will buy cardboard, and you have grown-ass men damage control and paying $80 for cardboard, you are set. You're not going anywhere. You don't have to do anything. They can come out with a damn Wonder Book like Sony did back in the PS4, and they will sell that shit. That shit will become a fucking juggernaut. I'm telling you. Nintendo fans.
Why are you talking about the Nintendo Labo like that?
You know, You know, I had some grown ass men arguing with me about that. They were sitting there going, "Well, if the cardboard breaks, you can get a 3D printer." What the fuck? I look like buying a 3D printer for this goddamn cardboard piece of shit. What the fuck I look like?
Oh my god, bro.
Dudes were trying too hard to damn show for that fucking lab, but it was like, "Oh, it comes with stencils." No, the fucking don't stop. It don't come with goddamn stencils. They gave you some cheap ass piece of cardboard, and then they asked for additional money because it had Nintendo brand. They're like, get the fuck out of here, Nintendo crazy. No,
yeah. But yeah, Nintendo fine. Nintendo has nothing to worry about.
yeah, Nintendo is always going to be. That's one.
Sony on the other hand, Sony has a lot to worry about right now. They should be having emergency meetings in the tweet team, trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, like Sony will be here, but they're gonna have a hell of a long. It's literally it's funny. It's like Sony's been sitting back drinking tea, just riding off the success of the PS4 and just casually dropping games with PS5. And I'm sitting going, that's fine and dandy. They deserved it. PS4 was great, right? Here comes Microsoft. Oh, you think this shit's a game? Okay. They bought the red carpet, said, you're not fucking invited to the game. How about that? And then now it's like, okay, I think we pissed them off a little too. Yeah, you definitely did. I think it's time to really bring out the bangers. I think it's time to start dropping some stealth tweets. I think it's time to start hinting at some big things because these last state of plays haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? Like there hasn't been anything that just made you go, wow, hasn't done it.
I told y'all last year, and some of y'all laughed at me when I said it last year. So I'll just say it one more time to reiterate what I said last year. If PlayStation and Sony don't come out or come up with some type of answer to Nintendo Xbox Game Pass here within the next maybe year or two, PlayStation brand, it ain't gonna be what it is today. It's gonna be on the way out.
You know what's wild? And I'm a big wrestling fan. I know you're a big wrestling fan, right?
Oh yeah.
Game Pass is the new AEW.
Yeah.
And the way it's built up and how quick that's how quick that shit has spread and the words got around. And now you got juggernauts like Call of Duty behind it. It's like, dude, and then people really don't think Microsoft is going to be that guy and go, hey guys, listen, we're obligated to you. You know, we've done everything for you. We made sure that you guys got the games that we were owed to you. But guess what? The future ones, they belong to us. They're on Xbox.
Don. I don't have a Labo, but right over here off camera, I got a Nintendo Switch, man. I got the OLED, man. So a lot of them got the Nintendo Switch, and it's like Nintendo gonna be fine, okay? Nintendo has nothing to worry about.
Not me. I ain't got no Switch.
Ryan's hardcore, but I got a Nintendo Switch, and a lot of us have a Nintendo Switch.
I got the best Switch of all time, boy.
And I love my Nintendo Switch. My Switch is awesome, but
I got the best Switch of all time right here. Boy, that emulator hitting.
But I'm Nintendo fine. Nintendo is good. They're good to go. They have nothing to worry about. But Sony is in trouble. Sony is in actual legitimate trouble right now, and they need to figure it out very quickly. I thought they had more time than what they do. They don't have as much time as I thought they did. I thought they had maybe 5 years to figure it out.
I thought it was like 4 or 5 years for something big. No, Microsoft was like, we're about to really flex this bank account and show you for a second.
If they might have 2 years to figure it out, and that's being generous. They might have less time than that. Microsoft ain't playing like Ryan said. Microsoft is putting their foot on Sony's neck at this point.
Oh yeah, but since the deal finalizes in
2023.
Yeah, 2023. Who's to say we won't see any extra stuff while we lead to the final games? You know what I mean? Like, for example, DLC. Would they make DLC exclusive to Xbox? You know?
I don't know if they can do that before the deal gets finalized, though.
No, I'm talking about after the deal's finalized. DLC for the future games. You know, those games that are contracted for them. Like obviously they're going to get the games, but they might say DLC is exclusive for us for this amount of time. Not exclusive, like for a set time. Like it comes out early for them. Right. They'll probably do that.
I need to step away for a minute, man. You're take over, Ryan.
All right. So anyway, welcome to Viper Life. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button. How y'all doing today? This right here is called Big Cloud Segment. I'll tell you about myself. I'm Big Cloud Gaming. I run a YouTube channel called Big Cloud Gaming. I interview a lot of well-known individuals in the industry. Gaming news, the whole 9 yards, and my raw opinions. I give it on the channel. A lot of stuff planned, and now I'm a freelancer working with IGN. So it's a lot of stuff going on. Any questions? So you can still buy a Walkman. I don't have control to the thing. Any questions in the chat? All right, well, I move on to this thing here. Don't all jump up at once. Personally, how y'all feel about the future though? Do y'all think things are rough from this point forward? Do y'all feel like Microsoft has won the generation with just this announcement alone? Personally, it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. Microsoft also has the infrastructure. You don't just decide one day to do Game Pass. What you talking about? Oh yeah. You're talking about Game Pass. Yeah, Sony has a lot to do in terms of like getting up to stuff for that type of thing. Um, it's going to take a while before you see them do theirs. Like PlayStation Spartacus is the thing that's going around for them. PlayStation Spartacus is it's kind of like a pipe dream, right? It's a pipe dream. You're gonna see their vision of it soon, but I doubt it's gonna be up to what Microsoft's already done, type of thing. And when you count all that together, it's like, well, Jesus, if we can't even match them in just pure quality, especially what they got, it's really going to be an uphill battle. Even if they offer all their first party games day and date, they have to make sure they offer a lot of, you know what I mean? They have to be consistently dropping them. It has to be like PS3. You guys remember when PS3, it was at a point where it felt like we were getting a game every year. You know what I mean? Nonstop. You just didn't have options. They have to be like that aggressive with their PlayStation Spartacus system. So they already know what's going on. I mean, they see how the market's changing. A lot of people don't want to be open and speak about it, but I mean, what can you really do? That's just how things have gone. Like changes in the market, it's up to that point. And you're still gonna have the option, obviously, to own your games, right? You can still buy your games like so. But the thing is, though, they just see where the trend is. That's just how it is. He says Sony's in big trouble. If this whole thing persists the way it is, right? And Microsoft says the following words: Call of Duty is exclusive to only Xbox supported platforms. Yeah, that's where it's definitely a problem. Absolutely. It's definitely an issue. As far as it being an issue right now, it's up in the air. A lot of people are kind of nonchalant about it, right? They're like, no, it doesn't mean that much. It won't change as much here. Hey, what can you do? What can you really, really do? I'm at that point where it's like, what can you say? What's the best way to play Game Pass? Xbox, iPad? Just curious. Well, I'm on the PC. Let me get my controller. I experienced mine on PC, so it's a little easier. Like no extra fees for online or nothing like that. And it's very seamless. But for a lot of people, I would say the Xbox would be the only option to really do that. iPad, I haven't really heard much about anything on an iPad, but I'm more likely will lean to the Xbox in those regards. And if you need to get a cheaper alternative one to get into Xbox, you can get the Series S, and that would be your option to get into the whole Xbox. I don't think Xbox One, they making some big moves and trying to outspend Sony. Sony needs to be smart with their next move. You know what they need to do? This is what they need to do, Muck. They need to legit stop playing around with a certain tweet. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They need to go ahead and just announce, hey, guys, listen, Resistance Fallen Man, it's real. So I can go ahead and drop my videos and come back home. You might as well go ahead and do it. At this point in time, you need to let the bangers loose. You need to go, hey, guys, Project Abandon from that studio, Blue Point Games, or not Blue Point, Blue Box. Is it Blue Box Studios? Or I forgot the name of that studio. Forgot the name of that studio. But you know what I'm talking about. That studio who's making Abandon. That game needs to be revealed or whatever the hell it is. If it's Silent Hills, let it go. Say it. It's Silent Hills. I mean, you need to drop some banger announcements because the public's perception the published perception is about to get a whole lot different as you go forward. Yeah, blue box. There you go. So the public's perception is about to get a lot crazier as we go forward with these consoles and everything. Hell of a lot better or a lot different. So it's up in the air, man. Really, really up in the air. Microsoft has their own cloud service is where I was going with that. That's a huge plus for Game Pass that Microsoft runs the back end. Yeah, true. That's true. And the cool thing about it too, you ain't got to worry about that service ever going up because they got the funding. $2 trillion company. They're not pulling the plug on anything. You're good. I'm running it on my Xbox One and it runs great. Yeah. Xbox, PC are the go-to platforms for it. I don't know about anywhere else. I would go with those. So I need a home run state of play soon. Yo, bro, I was thinking the same thing. You definitely need something massive at the state of play. I don't care what it is. It can't be, hey, guys, here's God of War's release date. That ain't going to cut it. God of War Ragnarok's good, but that ain't going to cut it. You need something big. You need to go, hey, guys, them classics, here they are. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be, you know what it needs to be? It needs to be Metal Gear Solid. And you need to hear the words exclusive. That will at least prolong a lot of stuff that's been happening in terms of like, or that will change a little bit of the tone with those words. If they say, hey, it's exclusive. Something like that. Because it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. 1 second. My phone's going back on 1 second. All right, my bad. Just about back. As you call it back. What I miss, Ryan? You taking over? For a little bit. Looks like it. Now we're just talking about the whole Game Pass thing. What Sony needs to do. I mean, granted, we're going to talk about this Friday on my show with the two, but it's there's a lot of stuff, man, that's really you got to look at, you know, when acquisitions this big and games like the ones they got now at their disposal. I never thought, even though back in the day with the 360, Microsoft was dubbed the Call of Duty console. Yeah, I remember that back with the 360. I never thought we would be at this point where it's like, where this could potentially be the only place where you'd experience Call of Duty in a console space. Obviously, PC will still get the games, but you know, that's wild to me. Facts. 2 or 3 big games. Yeah, we need a lot. We need a lot from Sony. Sony needs to shed this whole mysterious nature, even though not shed it all completely because that's their identity. They build intrigue, but they really need to rev up stuff. They need to listen to what a lot of us are saying. It's time to go on social media and go, hey guys, big announcements. You know what I mean? Like here we come. Yo, next state of play here. Be excited for this date. You know what I mean? Start doing those cryptic tweets. You know what I mean? Like really get people hyped. Cause oh man. They're making it hard for themselves in the long run, man. They really, really are. Like Game Pass titles had time limits similar to streaming services where they go away after term. So how that works is first party games, like obviously the Call of Duties, the Halos, the Gears, the Forzas, those games are permanently in the service. Those are first party studios owned by Microsoft. So those are first party games owned by Microsoft first party studios. Those games will stay in the service, right? It's the other stuff like third party games. They're kind of like licensed to the service, and it comes down to how the publisher who is putting that on there, or the developer, sorry, who's putting on there, wants to go about it. Like, do they want to lease the game to Game Pass for a few months and see how it goes, right? And it'll be on there. That's why you see those games drop off fast sometimes. It depends on how the actual dev looks at it. If they see a number, which the number I keep telling you guys about, the number that they really want to reach It's like 50 million users. 50 million users on Game Pass is enough to really get any big, massive developer to go, yeah, I'll give Game Pass a shot because it's 50 million access. You know what I mean? Concurrent viewers. So when you have a big number like that and you throw it on there, they'll go, oh, okay, 50 million potential users might play my game. So that's how that goes. Oh yeah, DB, they need something big. They need something. And the man the hour is back.
Appreciate you holding it down, man. Thank you.
I'll pass over the show back to the owner.
But yeah, like Ryan was talking about, any third-party games like Yakuza, what else? What's other? Outriders, MLB The Show 21, games like that. Those have a finite amount of time to be on the service before they're going to be taken off of the service. But like Ryan said, games like Gears, Halo, now Call of Duty, Doom, all those games that are owned by Microsoft, third-party studios, those are going to be on the service pretty much indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and when you go back to it too, yeah, again, the license for those games too, those other games, those third party, it really depends on how that developer feels. If the developer feels like, hey, it's doing well, they'll pay to keep it on there. That's just how it is. And that's it. Microsoft will make what's called concurrent revenue, where it's revenue that's constant versus something that would be like a one-time thing for a month. Like you guys see a big, let's say, for example, God of War 2018 sold about almost 20 million units, if I remember correctly, almost 20 million. That was for the year. Imagine how much they would have made if that was a concurrent thing, and people kept going in there, and the service was bigger for PlayStation. So
yeah, Game Pass is available on PC as well. Correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, Game Pass for PC, I believe, is a cloud, so you can access that right off the internet and do what you got to do with that. All right, DB says, do you guys think Sony is at headquarters panicking, or do you think they've been planning a clapback? If so, what are you thinking they'll try to do? Hopefully they haven't been sitting on their damn hands. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh no, you good. As far as like a clapback, I do think they were absolutely seeing this coming. That's why you see a lot of like, there's a reason why I'm cool with a lot of developers. I've interviewed a lot of people. Insomniac's watches my show. Shout out to Insomniac. But there's a reason why Insomniac's been tweeting Resistance Fallen Man and all these OG classics that have multiplayer. SOCOM has been tweeted multiple times on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? They're gearing up for a big reveal, so to speak, for those games because in the future they might not have Call of Duty in their system. And mind you, if you start off a new console generation, mind you, right now it's fine because you got some Call of Duty games on the PS5, right? But as we get further in the Gen P, you know what I'm saying? And those real and the PS5 and Series X really start getting pushed. Those are the Call of Duty games you're more likely not going to get on your PS5. And when they start pushing the box, and let's say we get like a PS5 Pro, a Series X Elite type of thing, those beefier units, because that happened if we get them. That's again another avenue. It's like, oh, dude, you missed out on some shit, and that's where it is. In terms of clapping back, I mean. You have to bring back classics, man. You got to drop them. Like I said earlier, man, you got to like legit drop them like a factory type of thing. You know what I mean? You have to keep dropping them type of thing with the games and how they go about it. But what you about to say, Vapor? I mean, cut you off.
I was about to say, I mean, it's nice that Sony coming out with these old classics and all these old nostalgic games that might be able to generate some buzz, but that does not solve their bigger problem. Their bigger problem is Xbox Game Pass. And they have to find some way to try to adjust that monster in the room, the elephant in the room. It doesn't matter how many awesome exclusives Sony has. If they don't figure out some way to come back Xbox Game Pass and just coming out with these exclusives, it's not going to do it. Okay. Because Xbox Game Pass is bigger than any one exclusive. Okay. It is a whole lot. So Sony has to figure out a bigger game plan. Because again, while Sony has been playing checkers, Microsoft has been playing chess. Yeah, and it is coming home the roof right now. So
ain't that crazy though? How that mindset changed? Like, remember how we would say Sony was the one playing chess for the longest time, and here comes Microsoft with the ultimate chessboard. They're like, king me with buying literally Call of Duty, the buying Activision. It's like, dude, that's boy, it's crazy, man,
crazy. But we have reached our hour here. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me tonight on the Think Deep Chill. That's why I call it the Think Deep Chill, 60 minutes of me streaming. Ryan, I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you for all the conversation, man. I do fire as always, man. Fire as always.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all go check out the channel. Actually, what I'm gonna do is after I'm done here, I'll probably put a channel link in the I'll hot link his name in the title of the stream, and then I'll put his link in the description as well, so y'all can go check him out. But Big Cloud Gaming, just type in Big Cloud Gaming on YouTube. He'll pop right up. Check him out if you want the hot gaming news. If you want a realistic take on what's happening in the gaming space, definitely check out my man Big Cloud Gaming. He is the real deal.
Yes, sir. I got a lot of big things planned, a lot of great interviews planned for all of you guys. If you guys want to come check me out on YouTube, Viper's already shot by one. I told him that's going to happen, so I can't wait to share that when we get the things finalized for that. It's going to be fun. It's a lot of stuff planned. I now work with IG and I'm a freelancer, so a lot of stuff happened to me at the end part of last year, and so content for me, even though as much as I wanted to be consistent, crazy consistent, I'm a busy dude, man. I'm all over the place. Like I'm either. All
right, quick question before we leave though. And I don't know how much you can talk about or can't talk about, but now that you do that you work with IGN, had that given you access to like different people in the industry, kind of, if at all? Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all I got for that one. But what's that?
That's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Like I saw a certain because we have like I can't say it, but it's like a few things way we go about things that I saw that was like, a lot of stuff happening in the future. That's not right now.
Hey, what do you mean 2 shows? This is the first show. The second one is tomorrow. I mean Friday. I don't know. What have I? Are you talking about? Oh, you must be talking about me on Twitch last night with Zach. Okay, I'm like, what are you talking about? 2 shows? Yeah, obviously you guys know I'll be back Friday night because that's what I do. But until the next time, people, this your boy Viper, the man about tech. You know where to find me. So come back for more.